copy. Quilts, hand across the nerds. Yeah, because this is just, hey, you got most of it, so let's just give you the rest of it entirely. Oh, well, that chest. We have a... Alright, so...
I'll keep this close.
Yep.
A reward on the road.
Okay. And here.
Is this an answer from this?
Because that might be everything I can do here. Already, and if that's the case... Well, I mean, there's this down here, which is possible. Trial, and there's also this, which probably helps getting... I feel like I should be able to also get Kirara today. But I don't know. Welcome to Constellation Metropole. Alright. Not a whole lot. Right now in charge of training the guards. I should have liked to spar with you. So you're a guard yourself then? In sooth, I am. On orders of our liege, we are to defend Constellation Metropole and keep the peace. My work, specifically, is to train the guards, that their skills may prove worthy of their duty. So the door behind leads to the training grounds? Canine indeed. It leads to a dome. It leads to a domain that we just finished remodeling. Within those grounds, the trainee must swing their blade to a specific rhythm, and the area's lighting will constantly change throughout the battle. Sounds like pretty rigorous training. Sounds complicated. Sounds complicated. More like. Yes. Yes. I need to close the door. Okay. Okay. Okay, back to this. Sounds complicated. More like, do you have to follow that specific rhythm while fighting as well? This part of the regiment is actually derived from a story called Owl Musician. It was popular amongst the guards time back. Many enjoyed it to the point where they forgot to take part in training, and their daily patrols were delayed. But I had a thought, since everyone liked it so much, adding elements of the story into our training would make it more enjoyable. It had a visible effect on training. If nothing else, there's been no further delays in our patrols due to personal reasons. Would you two be interested in said training? The challenges within should be a piece of cake for those with valor such as yours. I'd love to give it a try. Such commendable courage. Excellent. Please, then, step into the domain. Oh. Oh, what is this? Uh-oh. So overload is probably going to be very important on the second bit. So realistically, second bit is gonna have you. And here's a better question. Sure, I'll take those as the teams.
Spring forward! Let me weave you a verse. Dissipate! Out of my way! Stand with me! Propagate! Germinate! Witness the power! Try this on for size! Dissipate! Scatter! Propagate! Stand with me! I'll settle this! Just like you Let me weave you a verse. Our bond is strong! Spring forth! Rain, not good. Cross. Rain cutter. Stand with me. Out of my way. Hi.
That did not go as well as I hoped.
Don't get frostbite.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Here. Over here. Dodge this.
Nice and spicy.
Here. What's the hurry?
Frying pan, it's
Here.
surprise.
Cool it.
Nova, get them. Cubic spotlight.
Oh, so sorry.
Nice and spicy.
Give me.
naughty boy.
You're toast!
Let's spark things up a little.
I'm the frying pan.
You're in for a little shock.
Chip on up.
Oh my god, that was awful. Are you kidding me? How many? 5,000? Oh, I'm not getting this. Oh, I'm definitely not getting that. I mean, I know I don't have like 2 full teams built, and I have kind of been slacking on that, but that bad? I mean, Jesus. Yeah, I don't literally have anything prepped, but still. That is depressing, if anything. Hello.
So, are you all set? Ready to start investigating?
Yep.
Great! Then let's go!
Is there a whole nother eye?
I've delivered packages all over, but I've never seen a mysterious fairy tale world like this before.
No, so... much... Oh,
Looks
61,000.
like nobody has gotten around to repairing this house yet. Ugh, even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there. It might suddenly collapse in on you. Nothing to see here either. Maybe we can find someone to ask? Aha! Over there! I bet we'll find some people there. Let's go take a look. You want to check out the area over there? Okay, I'll wait here for you.
It is kind of funny that they do point that out.
Uh-huh. I was sure there'd be people here.
There once was a goddess who ruled over fate. Before she died, she left 3 riddles for the kingdom she had created.
Okay.
What? Who said that?
Long story short, on this day, a sentient feline, an outlander, and a diminutive pixie arrived on the scene. They saw a narrow path off to the side.
Okay, but which side? Yeah, if you gave ambiguous instructions like that to a Comania Express courier, they'd give you the parcel right back and tell you to write the delivery address more clearly.
Despite how obvious the answer was, the perplexed pixie and the flummoxed feline struggled to work it out. Although, perhaps a small part of the blame could be attributed to my dull narration. All right, let's try this again. The path on the left-hand side seemed to give off an enticing fragrance, as if to say, this is the way to wealth and glory.
Ooh, that sounds like the start of a good story. Then what? Then what?
Okay, wait, hold on.
At the end of the path, the motley crew would soon spot a secret stone room. A prophecy had once foretold of a marquis who shall one day venture inside, and thus it is named the Future Marquis's Abode to Be. You like it? The Future Marquis's Abode to Be? Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
That was a little bit boastful.
But before you continue, I must warn you of the danger that lies ahead. For example, under no circumstances should you sit on the chair in the center. Otherwise, the consequences could be a bit embarrassing.
Oh, there's a whole underground over here. Hold on, is there? I mean, nothing, but...
So many summers, winters, springs, and falls, and now at last a hero hither strides.
This realm knows not what lies beyond its walls. Its secrets mystify the world outside.
In the elders, 3 tribes here before this pack. No more shall we group gluten stars of breakfast, no shaggy cats, no shall we see girls that does not belong to us. Determined by a clockwork key, which sees.
As golden sunlight fills the firmament, the tabletop engrosses your
Captivated by the epic poetry, and enthralled by the outstanding storytelling. With wood and earthenware strewn all around, the demon feline's fury can't be quelled. Reducing them to rubble on the ground, she finds the vessels vacant save for... air?
She finds long gone the gems that once they held.
Are they describing how we broke the boxes and jars?
Yes.
Who are you calling demon feline?
Namely, to remove the clockwork key from the raised platform up ahead. Perhaps the Outlanders are worried that something drastic will happen the moment they remove it. Maybe that's why they're investigating the area thoroughly first. Can't fault them for that. I'm wondering if we can take advantage of this downtime to discuss whether we really need to keep this up.
Well, if you guys don't want to put on a voice and speak in verse, be my guest. Just don't blame me for your own poetic incompetence.
Shut the fuck up, you.
Cafe, I just realized. You said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's one standard for us and another for you. That's not fair, Cafe.
As the Outlander stands before the clockwork key, they are overcome by a sudden urge to set it free. Also, Cafe, that'll be my last rhyming line. I'm not writing any more poetry until you apologize.
What does it matter anyway? I've lost count of how many people have tried this before. No one's getting that key out.
Strong as stone, firm as steel, the Outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different. A thought enters
The attack now over. Only one final step remains.
But alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch. Wait, what? They got it out?
Yes! Finally! Come on, move your butts and your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
Holy shit.
No hard feelings about your lack of poetic contributions?
I literally do
Let
not.
it go! Welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Oh, right, Otto.
We represent the 3 great clans of this realm, having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cape, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Aren't we missing someone, though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Who?
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship, destined to uncover the truth of the past. Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
That person.
Him.
Well, there's no 4th person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it.
Wait, how the fuck do you have a concept of a ventriloquist when everyone when you 3 are all basically clockwork dolls?
We've never heard that voice before, but he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children.
Well, whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care. Forget about him. We have far more important things to focus on, like where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our 3 clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Bitch, then I'll keep it.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old. And unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old,
He means a dragon that would be really, really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it. Honestly, I don't care that much. Cape's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble Outlander, noble Traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your talking Puss in Boots and the pale floating pixie.
Interesting that they got around copyright with that, but
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than Demon Feline, but still.
Embrace it, my friend, embrace it. Most cats don't wear boots or speak, do they?
I'm not even a cat, I'm a Nekomata. Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial site. It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done once we are there.
they don't give a shit about calling you the proper thing.
This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old. After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission, and it fled. They took turns, though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift.
So they worked shifts while the poor dragon had to work around the clock?
So they say. It's just a legend, though.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. That's the truth. And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cape's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Cape was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site. Unwanted company had arrived. The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
At least it's good that the almighty narrator is actually paying attention. I'm just getting reminded of the Ron Swank.
Come a little closer.
No, wrong.
You're in for a little shock.
Rain outlines your
True display of heroism and valor. It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting through you.
Here's a thought. Could be wrong, but maybe the Traveler Marquis is a lot more powerful than your ancestors.
Well, technically, by saying that, aren't you implicitly acknowledging that my clan's history is...
I already beat
Your
them.
martial prowess and show of courage are a more vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic.
Jesus Christ, you were
Now, let's get down to business.
the key.
As we all know, time is but an illusion. Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Well, actually, my view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of... But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an...
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
A teacher once asked Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard.
I keep on remembering, like, this just reminded me of the whole, I forget what movie it was called, but it was the whole Ron Swanson, the person who played Ron Swanson in, I think, Parks and fucking forget which. I don't know names, and I don't know actors, and I don't know TV shows, but a scene where it's just people hear narrator just reveals all their secrets in like a Texas shootout.
The teacher then turned to Cape and posed the same question. He replied, Bobarano.
The manuscript that tells the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation, the work of the great mage themselves. It can be found at the beginning of the Girak, and on the very first page of the book.
Paimon didn't follow all that, but basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, the goddess of creation took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magic arrays. So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magic arrays back to their original configurations.
Hold on. Isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magic arrays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly.
Okay.
To address your other concern, when the house has already been built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveller Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
I guess we should start here?
Okay.
A reward on the...
Behold, the sacred writings that record the truth of... No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather round and let us bear witness.
Oh, fuck me, that's a lot. Ray Francois mounted the haystack pitched up before planet science town atop the mountain of grass behind a large bright moon. He shouted the names of everyone in the village. The village chief was first to be named, so frightened up. Are you crazy? Yelling upsetly, good for nothing. Rejecting a windmill everyone's built and destroyed by the dragon. Here you are, warning about it, it'll return. Woods knocked him to kick the haystack. Jesus Christ, how much... And so I saw all night the villagers ride, so he cleared your name again. Do you think do this? No, of course not. You can't. Who says I didn't leap onto its knife twice? The Terry worked so hard to bend the mill that was destroyed. Everyone's worship became inflamed. Lifting their fists, they decided to take action. But Leon has let's go home for today. Everyone present, like herself, not brave, rather wrath. We yet desire to face danger after claiming ourselves than valor. So everyone home. Next day, so many youngsters who wish to follow Francois and the wicked dragon. Who would have known that the valiant possessed protection of the goddess, the enchanter? Encountering the true valor, the dragon would neither spout fire nor slash with its claws. Thus forced to allow the other party to call pauses and switch personnel. And so after several days of nights and fierce fighting, the wicked dragon no longer bear it and chose to surrender. AA.
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So, all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Albizzi. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That might be the most bogus logic I've ever heard. But keep up the mental gymnastics, Bobarano. I've been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
You do know that it's the whole thing of the blind men and the elephant.
And yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth. The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here.
They do both of those.
Oh, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
We'll need the key again, right? Let me see if...
Oh, wait, it's in the town. No.
The party finds no pedestal in which to place the great clockwork key, only a locked door.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Ah, shut up, Cape.
Shut up, Cape.
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Bobarano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers. But worry not, I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
There's no response from the door, and nothing unusual about it.
Question 1. Who is it?
The great yokai!
And the trusty travel...
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
If this is the right answer, I swear I'll...
Correct.
What? A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream, and that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel? There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
All correct. You may have the key pedestal.
Traveler Marquis, you know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Okay, so just a question mark. Also, were there chests on either side? Oh, they're fucking decorative. Oh, you disgusting shit. What?
Do we really need this one?
Is this...
Now, let me see what
elaborate fiction the Clan of Wisdom was able to conjure up?
If anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Cape.
Why does it enter the basement of the crumbling house? You can read the ancient book you found. His oil lamp shook from time to time. The swing structure above ground collapsed. The village was symbolically raised by the dragon, and he'd been chosen by the dragon for he had not returned home. But Antonio did not care. He only wished to study. The book of Old Lady had given him on the bridge he passed today. This book was titled Radiant Charter, and within was recorded all the rules that every being in Simulanka must follow. It was written, the language of the world's creation, at the very start, and if Antonio was not possessed of extraordinary wisdom and deciphered this primordial text, there would have been no sight to be had. This book required no solutions as to resolving the difficulty the constellation satellite presently faced, nor did it contain any hexes that could aid Antonio, but repairing his own home. But he knew that the wisdom was the mightiest thing in this world. The morning light shone through the ruins of his home, and the neighboring blacksmith Chubby Chief took his great pains to get rid of the house wreckage. Pains. Not paints. Which blocked the basement hatch. With dark circles around his eyes, Antonio said to Chubby Chief, "I shall defeat the dragon. I will return soon." "Are you alright? You don't look you've gotten any sleep. Just smoke from the oil lamp. Don't worry about it." The dragon sat at Hot Mountain Treasures, gazing down at insignificant Antonio, walking closer. Flames gathered in his throat, preparing to burn the area, and one senior before him, all the better to scare the speedy creature away. "Halt, I'm a qualified second-class Meister. The Radiant Charter states I should refuse a duel and you cannot use force." This restriction did indeed exist, and so the wicked dragon swallowed its flame whole. How dreaded going to the toilet tomorrow. Antonio, for his part, not expecting the second-class rust-clearing Meister qualification exam he had taken on a lark would come in useful. And since I am a second-class Meister, I propose a duel of riddles. You cannot refuse. Okay, now Simulanka had just a law, mainly for the benefit of sphinxes, old sages, and princesses who wished to make life hard for others. The evil dragon had not expected this rule to catch up with it. I shall ask my first question. My house sold for 8,000 more yesterday, but I thought there was room. But to raise the price, I bought it back for 9,000. Swaying for 10%. How much more did I lose in the end? Okay, my house sold for 8,000, but I thought there was room to raise the price, so I bought it back for 9,000. For 10, how much sold? 1,000. Oh. What did I lose in the end? Dragons laughed in the concept. What would be hard to bet? You could have waited until you hit 10k to make your move, but you sold it for 8, not for 9, so you lost 1,000 more, which you could have earned instead. Wrong. You burned my house down yesterday, and I could sell it in time. I've lost far more. Sorry, I mean, I do have to burn a house, and you happen to not be home, so I might as well hit the one that doesn't result in any loss of life. I have lost this contest. I have the right to loot the same value as your life, minus 1 more, and considering that you've burned my house, I can seek damages. Let's just assume that my house isn't just worth 1 more. Well then, Wicked Dragon? You know what to do with yourself? Please spare me anything. Your words, not mine, Antonio said as he pulled out a contract he had written long ago. Thus, Antonio used his wisdom to take all the evil dragon's treasures. The dragon, devastated, would never again return back to Constellation satellite. Where Antonio lived, many years later, a child asked Antonio, "You sold your place for 8,000 and spent 9,000 buying it back. But did you actually lose 1,000 more?" You know, this is probably just going to end up being a story where you ended its life, you made it worse, and the first person started it.
Look! My clan's history is true as well! There's that same unforgeable signature again, right here!
What? Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my clan's wisdom is such a subject of ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence, which I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large, and make a prediction. It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Boberano? How can that be?
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing you.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
Oh, thank God.
Cool. Well, once you've plundered the last of Boberano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Guess I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
Oh, that feels nice too. Oh wait, this is also really close by. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on there. I don't think that... Actually, hold on. Oh, that... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Let's see what I got. Yes, I know, just... Also, turns out, yes, I did just flat out miss a chip. You don't have to continuously... Oh. Jesus, I know. You don't have to tell me, oh, it's this way, it's this way, it's this way, while I'm actively scaling a wall. Okay, good, I didn't fall off. Okay, up higher? How could that be up higher, though? It's... There's nothing there. Oh, okay.
The cohort of truth seekers followed Albizzi to his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant guard towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappei's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappei's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is... growth serum!
What's empathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then, they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize.
Okay, I'm starting to see maybe how this ended up. I think your clan gave it an existential crisis, but also it had to fulfill a bit of a disaster role, then proceeding to run into issue after issue.
The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So, I advise we take a detour.
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves, if we could just try to understand one another. You could, of course, just take the path to your left and go around. But some people are gluttons for punishment. It's all part of the experience.
Why is my own clan treating me like a villain?
You've been away too long. We all have. It feels like we've been waiting forever.
Over here! I found it!
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging? We'll never find the Oracle Pillars in all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
The fuck you mean? That's not even a problem. That's like an inconvenience at best. It's just an E.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't you? Except empathy.
Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard. keep watch.
Oh. Okay, so... No, I have to... Okay, hold on. So it's actually... It would be better if it was...
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
Not really. Oh. Oh shit.
Apparently that was incorrect. But don't blame yourself, it's Albizi's clan's fault for taking terrible care of their family crest.
Oh, so it's
How could they let something so important get so dirty?
Alright, hold on. Can I... Oh, it hit the oracle pillar? Ah, okay, so actually... Oh, hold on. So, if I'm starting from here, so... Actually, it'd probably be easier to just do... 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, so my 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it was that.
This is the last one.
Galileo and Alberto did many good deeds again today, though it was most tiring to help old lady on the bridge move her barrels of hard apple cider. They each got small barrels as a reward. It was unstructured and beautiful. The two good friends climbed up the high wall that had built to stave off the evil dragon. Ugh. Alberto lost the rock paper scissors match, so he had to hold the barrel of cider under the crook of his arms as they climbed the ladder. Look, this big house is Look, this big house that our chubby chief is so proud of. Doesn't look so big from here, huh? Said Alberto. As he looked at the house, he said, "You're wrong. That's my house. That's my home," said Galileo. "G's house is that one." Arturo's night vision was not all that good, and moonlight could have never compared to daylight. If one were to close one's eyes, light could not be seen at all. He tried a little harder, but he could not discern anything more. But it's also really small," Galileo continued. "There's nothing wrong with your statement." Galileo and Albert were both rather perceptive people. Galileo's reply covered for Alberto's discomfort regarding his prohibition, while as Albedo also lost the rock paper scissors match on purpose so that he could carry the cider barrel because the gears under Galileo's ribs were injured. Here's to you. Two friends raised a toast once Alberto stuffed a cork back in the barrel. Next day, the two gathered to the village plaza. First, they apologized for the collapse of the anti-dragon wall and told all the people that they were preparing to have a talk with the evil dragon. "I know it was a lot of work for everyone to fix that wall, but we're not that fussed about it anyway," Chubby said. "But are you sure you're not bragging when you say you knocked it down yourselves?" Of course, that was also the chief's point. He, too, was a good person, and continued, "Also, it's too dangerous to take a dragon out. Don't worry about us." And so the two best friends in the whole world departed. The evil dragon had trembled before Albert and Galileo. For some reason, old lady's liquor could make people grow very, very large. That was how they accidentally squashed the high walls on the previous night. As they gazed down at the ground far below, they had more or less understood how the dragon thought. No wonder it could accidentally destroy a village at its feet. So long as they could get the dragon-nosed people, surely they could come to an understanding. The two friends thus drank all their remaining magic cider, becoming even larger than the dragon by a good margin. Reeking of alcohol, they sandwiched the dragon between them and drunkenly tried reasoning with it. The dragon shriveled up in terror and all of its majesty and fell or forever gone indeed. Oh my god, so So what happened is that basically your clan embarrassed the hell out of the dragon and it was trying to get its shit back together. Damn. River gone indeed, and he looked pitiful. Alberto managed to pick dirt off the scales of the dragon's back, but wound wound up picking up an entire scale. The dragon sought to flee, but Galileo, fearing that the crisis might persist for 10,000 years more, as the misunderstanding was not cleared up, tugged at its tail to drag it back. To be honest, we've always lived under your feet, but we were too small. So you may not ever see us now. We've just become big. Galileo said, so now surely you must know that we dwell at your feet. The dragon nodded repeatedly, and thus the Jew and the dragon chat all night and believe in golden mutual understanding achieved to set off and Jesus Christ.
The signature. So it's true. Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole, too.
Yeah, but you did kind of... The two people that did that also kind of strong-armed the man and strong-armed the dragon into...
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. And all lost interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
Because they happened one after another.
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boborano kind of already explained it away earlier, so Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular. The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
The bell! It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone, to the main entrance! Stat! Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is 1 ring the highest level of emergency?
Obviously because you have to respond fast when it's an emergency. It'd be a bit too late if they waited till the 99th ring.
Yes, but generally if there's a case, it... Well, and we are... done.
We made it out. Don't know if we'll still be needing this clockwork key, but I yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and somehow they're all still true. What is that supposed to mean?
It means that they all happened one right after the other. Blue happened first because it was the dragon's first, like, full encounter with people happening. Or, actually, I don't know what it would be, since his would have happened in the middle. Since, well, I don't know.
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka can make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past. But now we have the truth. So we just have to accept it. As surely as we will follow the clockwork path designed for us, so is this the course that history has taken. It is clear and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending? Huh? Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day. Time to take a break.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
God, I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller.
Oh, I haven't even unlocked all that yet.
The voice in his head grew louder. Must go to Pendulum Lane.
I know, I'm heading there.
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, this is terrible! I don't understand. The 3 great clans of Constellation Metropole have finally made peace with each other. Who could have done this?
What happened? Oh no, someone's lying on the ground. Cappe!
How did this happen?
Cappe, you idiot! Wake up! You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me!
Last words. What did he say?
You could have at least pretended to not remember it.
I'm sorry, Bobarano, but this is an interrogation.
Don't worry, Bobarano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had contact with him?
Yeah.
My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? It's a real tragedy. I'm afraid he'll be out cold for another hour and a half, at least.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So, Cappe's not dead?
His gears, metal frame, and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cappe isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No, there's a need. Huge need.
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official clockwork pedestal, the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere.
It took me way too long. You're the goddamn narrator.
Excuse me. Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
You're the goddamn
Where?
Oh, you're dumb.
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
My mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
So it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
The crime scene's too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Well, that clears it up. Cappe was walking along the street, then he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
What? So case closed? Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more first?
Well, We literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature. Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cape was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against a toilet bowl before leaving the house, then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict. Only then would the city feel alive again.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
Traveler, something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural.
Yes, because the police officer that we're currently talking to is both the narrator and probably the person who did this.
Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene? Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Getting you in trouble.
Oh, we're gonna head to Cape's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
You're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the titanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization. Even cats can do it.
I'm not... never mind. I give up.
Welcome to Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh. Is it just me, Traveler, or does it seem kinda suspicious?
Come here. Whatever it is you were looking to buy, please do come back tomorrow. It's just, I have to close early today. A bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone's stolen it with the intention of harming others, the consequences could be disastrous. There's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta close the shop while I do an inventory count. If it turns out I'm wrong and I miscounted, I could be charged with filing a false report and disturbing the peace.
Okay, so...
There's a strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it. There's a spear here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
Oh.
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by any chance? Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky. Yeah.
Oh, found it. And next thing being over here.
A pickaxe? What is it doing all the way down here? gotta be a story behind it.
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the assault. Which one do you think it is?
Pickaxe.
If it was the pickaxe, Cappe sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
Actually, you're wrong there, Paimon. The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not to damage titanium, so it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough, and it wouldn't leave a scratch. Let's take this back to the crime scene and replay it one more time.
Ah, you're back. How was the toilet at Cappe's house?
Toilet? What about it? Oh, yeah, forget that.
What's this about? What are you trying to say?
We thought the way Cappe fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicious items and found this. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it, we were gonna replay it again. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to turn off the clockwork switch in my kitchen. Yeah, I think I'll just...
Oh, no, you stay right there.
Yeah, so it was you, and you just decided to.
We should be good now.
Because you threw it up. What the fuck did you just do? Did you boomerang the damn thing? You ricocheted it 3 times.
So, it was you!
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job of covering my tracks, it didn't exactly have your work cut out for you. So, all I can say is... Catch me if you can!
Bro, we're at least twice as tall. Wait, where the fuck? Oh.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the necromancer in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion. The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the necromancer in boots was gasping for air. Minion was huffing and puffing, even more now. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Comania Express!
A characteristically catty response from the necromancer. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait, I'm wearing boots this time.
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
Do you call that
I'm beat. I surrender.
got nowhere left to run.
Yep.
All right. I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not.
You've changed your voice quite a lot.
Time to come clean. I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time.
I mean, I figured.
Okay. I guess my voice acting skills have some room for improvement.
Literally, if you did this voice back there, I wouldn't have recognized you.
Anyway, I only did what I did because
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation. And I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale written by the goddess of fate. I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read, but I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the goddess of fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best.
Honestly, that's kind of funny.
Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one. The goddess of fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Who'd have thought? But what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the 3 great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further. But as it turned out, they just accepted it and carried on living the same old lives.
Yeah.
I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value. And I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here, are we real?
Sure.
That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day. Oh, also, pass this message on to Cape, Bobarano, and Albizzi, if you could. The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the 3 clans. If the 3 of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh, my poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
Ah! Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you? Your voice acting's actually pretty good.
Hello, Anne.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be. And by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story. And there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
Necromora!
Just your echo.
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
You lead surrendered detective back to the Cape. Back to Cape. Try the crime scene much mold over. Three photos overkill. Let's just get one per group. Crime scene suspect look more serious. Heroes more natural, please. Happy smiles. Don't know smiling for the victim or the friends or the family. Thank you. No, tuck it up. Stay on the ground. We need to capture the crime scene as is. 3, 2, 1, say cheese. That is the most cartoonish, weird. Yeah, pretty much. Weirdest first experience of my life.
My head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
Does he really think we didn't try that? 'Cause we did. After 6 months in that place.
That was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you said you heard the voice of the goddess of fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective, just to annoy him. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cape and Albizzi, weren't real, I'd be devastated.
Yep. Okay, so even just after taking a look at what I can do and what I cannot do, my current... Oh wait, right, I actually can go and do that. So I'll probably go and do that and then pretty much end up the stream, since realistically there's not much else for me to be able to do. Since... Oh, hello. Should I take a pickaxe to Twain Mountain, but it was too heavy. There aren't good spots high around here, so how about somewhere near the seats in the station? Oh. That is a lazy-ass hiding spot.
You lead the way. Just as I expected.
My final pleasure. I hope you enjoy finding it. Next, I'd like to go to the end of the world down by the sea. Maybe there would be somewhere deeper there to hide my treasure. So, yeah, that's basically it. That's I'm gonna be able to get, for now at least. And 161 is pretty good. Only 2 things left, which is... Really, I only need 39, then I can have this to get everything. But besides that...
It's nearly time for afternoon tea.
Anyway, thank you to everyone who decided to come onto the stream for any time if you did. That was very appreciated. Thank you to anyone who's currently watching on YouTube, and especially to this outro. I hope you're having a good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, whichever suits you best. Goodbye.